thanks for watching Numbskull News. And today, we got to talk about the rise of Texas Tech. Holy crap, not since the days of Mike Leach have this many people given a damn about Lubbock. But here we are. They are killing, and I do mean killing, the transfer portal. Recruiting has already been top notch. But, one of the only blemishes you can say that they've had is a 5-star recruit, Micah Hudson. He left for A&M in the last portal, and now he just jumped in the portal again, and there's a chance that Texas Tech could get him back. It's incredible what these guys have pulled off. But I will say this, paper champions. They're paper champions right now. They have won the offseason. We've seen this many times in college football. We've seen it many times in the NFL. People go and spend a crap ton of money thinking that, we just bought the Super Bowl, or we just bought, the national championship. Well, it doesn't always work like that. We know it takes chemistry. You got to have not just, the leadership from the head coach and the coaching staff. You need players to come together through leadership, through all the different position groups. You need a leader on the offensive line. You need a leader on the defensive line. And in the secondary, your wide receiver room. Baron Morton. He's a pretty decent quarterback, but he doesn't have to do everything, which is good. But is he ready? Now, I kind of like when a guy's been in the system for a while. All right, so I'm not a Tech fan. I'm a TCU fan. But if I'm Texas Tech, I'm pretty comfortable with Baron Morton. Does he have a good enough backup when that injury occurs? And it probably will. We'll see. We don't know. But the chemistry, they gotta come together. Because you can have all the talent. You can have talent coming out of your ass. It doesn't matter if everybody hates each other, or no one's playing, no one's going for that common goal, no one's on the same page. You get my point? Which means this is a lot of pressure for Joey McGuire. The heat's on. He's not on the hot seat. But boy, you let them miss the playoffs next year, and all of a sudden those billionaires are going to start, who's coaching us? We spent all this money and we didn't even make the freaking playoffs? Are you kidding me? They're going to start looking around. Hey, maybe we need a money whip. Some of these guys that are actually doing well, like Boise State or UNLV or someone like that. Maybe look to the NFL. Who knows? So, Joey McGuire's got a job to do. And he's got to get it done. Now, look, regardless of, like I said, paper champions, but they got the talent to hang with anybody in the CFP. And I mean anybody. It's incredible. So, if that chemistry is there, and McGuire, if he has laid the groundwork of this chemistry, and he's got his leaders, and people step up, like I said, there's talent. This thing, it is not far-fetched, not real far-fetched, to think Texas Tech can win everything. Yes. Get into the national title game and win the bitch. Yes. I mean, look, you got 12 blue chippers in this thing. That's what they got. The rest of the Big 12 has 12 blue chippers for the other 15 schools. This is how far ahead they are right now. So, like I said, I'm a TCU fan. I'm a little worried about Texas Tech. I really am. Now, I wish them all the luck in the world, except when you play TCU, of course. But I am also a huge Big 12 fan. This is great for the conference to have a program, a school, a set of donors going nuts, going nuts, and doing everything they can to pump every last dollar into this thing and trying to produce a big time program. And this isn't anything new. You know, I found a New York Times article from 2023 talking about all their oil billionaires out there in West Texas and how that could transform Texas Tech into a top shelf freaking football powerhouse. So that was 2 years ago. That was before the whole, Cody Campbell, sells his company and then goes nuts with the checkbook. Speaking of Campbell, but him and this other donor, Dustin Womble, I think, they just got voted to lead the Texas Tech System Regents. So they've been given an overwhelming amount of power because they got an overwhelming checkbook. This bank account is loaded. All of their bank accounts are. So, a little money goes a long way. And I'm sure that's not the only school out there that has major donors in a pretty lofty position. So, if you look at it, they're kind of doing the right thing. Hey, these are the money bags. Let's make sure they got a big say in a few things. Let's make sure they feel important because they are. I will say, enjoy those guys with the big money because, ask Oklahoma State. I don't know any donor that was really that much bigger than old T. Boone Pickens. All right. I read that he gave $650 million over his life to his alma mater. Incredible. His last gift was like $120 million from the T. Boone Pickens, whatever it is, association or foundation. So, but eventually everyone catches a case of death and then, the money stops. But they do have a lot of donors and they'll probably have more in the future. All I'm saying is this is going to be one hell of a fun ride for you Texas Tech fans. I just hope it doesn't end in an 8-4 season or some horse crap like that. Because I know you guys are going to just be on fire for like destroying Joey McGuire if that happens. And Coach McGuire seems like a good guy, good people. And I don't want to see him get destroyed. I please lose to TCU. Lose to them every year. But I don't want you don't want to see the pitchforks come out on a guy who's, he's a good coach. He's a good coach. But I know he went there with full intentions of winning. They all do. But boy, it gets different when all of a sudden millions of dollars are getting pipelined in. You're going, holy shit. We got a dozen blue chippers. We're getting all of this from the portal. I'm recruiting great. That's part of my job. But damn, I didn't know. I didn't know we were going to open up Fort Knox in West Texas and go nuts on everybody. And here's a hilarious point. I freaking love this. Got this from, I believe it was it Joel Klatt I was listening to? I can't remember. But, yeah, the Tech is pissing people off talking SEC and Big Ten people. Because they're kind of raising the market. Because they're going out there and buying players. Guy, oh yeah, I'll go to, Michigan or one of these blue bloods, and Tech's offering me that. Well, how about you, Mr. Blue Blood? Oh, you don't need to do that. Oh, okay. Well, I'm gone. And so they got to overpay. I love it. Make these jackholes, these damn blue bloods, make them overpay out the ass. That's what I say. Make them just zero out their freaking savings accounts. All of them. I love it. If it pisses them off, good. That's what I say. Good. Welcome to our world. right? Having to pay, oh, I gotta pay even more because of freaking Texas Tech. Well, tough shit. It's a little bit like the Cleveland Browns, giving out fully guaranteed contracts to a guy with a weird sexual deviant past at quarterback. I mean, it's nothing like that. All right. Tech ain't stupid. All right. There are a lot of things, but they're not stupid and desperate like that. But it's hilarious. I freaking love the thought of a Big 12 team just pissing other programs off. Talking high level blue blood programs. It brings a smile. Thank you, Red Raider Nation. It put a big old smile on my face today. So in closing, this is lofty as hell. I mean, because we've been talking about Colorado. I mean, talking about BYU, who's right there spending a crap ton of money too. This is it not still not going to be a cakewalk. People are going to find out this ain't no cakewalk conference. There's no free lunch here. All right, we don't have. I mean, look, there are teams that are down. Oklahoma State was just a pile of dog crap last year. Houston, a little better, but not great. But there's a lot of programs this coming up year. Whether it's TCU, Kansas State, Baylor. I think Kansas is going to be back. Arizona State probably isn't going anywhere. They're going to be really tough. Is Utah going to look like a skid mark in some ninth graders' underwear again? Or are they going to do what we expect them to do and be a hell of a lot better? So you see what I'm saying? This is not a lock. And I didn't even mention Iowa State. Yeah. That whole crew's coming back. So this ain't no cupcake of a conference, even for all of the talent that Texas Tech has mustered. But still, when you do that, here come the expectations. And they should be there. Welcome the expectations. Embrace them. All right? I'm hoping you live up. I'm hoping it's good for the Big 12, for Texas Tech to be all in like this. It's a fantastic story for this conference. Now, does that mean Texas Tech is going to become the next blue blood? Probably not. They would have to win a few national championships for that to happen. All right. But for this year, before the revenue sharing caps and Deloitte says, no, you can't give big bags of cash out of the oil field to a left tackle or a right guard or a receiver or a quarterback. You got 20 whatever $million, and that's all you got. Make it work. Like I said, you can't just have a bag of cash dripping in oil and throwing it at, a player's mother. You can't do that anymore. All right, for this year you can. And boy, they're making the most of it. However, if you're worried about revenue sharing, I don't think it's going to be a problem for Texas Tech. I don't think it's going to be a problem. $20 million? I mean, Cody Campbell can crap that out every year. It's not a big deal for them. It really isn't. And by the way, donors can donate to the school all they want. Deloitte has no say over that. Period. So revenue sharing for Texas Tech just got way easier. We're talking about for the next couple of decades more than likely. Rev sharing. And then you get these wankers, whether they're from the ACC or wherever, like, oh, the Big 12, these teams can't do the revenue share. How they don't make enough money. The donors in this conference are a little, and it's not just Tech. It's not just Tech. They're a little richer than you think. Little old SMU. Think about that. Little old tiny. just infinitesimal SMU, I'm at that size. They got billionaires coming out of their ass. They don't need one damn dollar of media rights money to make the playoffs in the ACC. To play for an ACC title. And through the regular season, SMU was the best team in the regular season. Kiss my ass. So yeah, we got a lot of oil money. It's not just Texas. It's not just the Aggies. There's a lot of rich mofos that's been around for a minute. And they like to spread the love to their favorite school. And Tech's got a lot of, not just 2 donors, they got quite a few. Quite a few. Now, will that result in titles? I don't know. But it could very well result in a Big 12 title. And as a TCU fan, I kind of fear that. I kind of do. So, Raider Nation, you tortilla heads out there, congrats on the paper championship you have. Now we got to see it come to fruition on the field. And as I said before, as a Big 12 homer, a fellow Big 12 fan with you Red Raider people out there, best of luck to you. I'll be pulling for you in the playoffs. I'll be pulling for you. Unless you face TCU. Then we got some Hypno-Toad for your ass. Anyway, thanks for watching this crap, and I'll be back with some more crap later. Bye.